Today I am sharing my family's favorite one-pot dinners with you. These dinners are a complete breeze. They're easy to make, affordable, and absolutely delicious. Let's get to cooking. We're starting today off with this simple chicken taco rice. This one has a few ingredients in it and it comes together in no time at all. You just dump the ingredients into your pan on the stove. It's simple. So to a pan on the stove, add your oil, a pound of chicken that you cubed into small pieces, salt and pepper. Give it a stir and let it cook for about 7 to 8 minutes. You basically just want that chicken cooked through. Now at this point, you're going to add in the rest of your seasoning, so a little bit more salt and pepper. And then you're also going to add in about a teaspoon of chili powder, teaspoon of cumin, and a tablespoon of minced garlic. Give this a stir. You want that garlic to become fragrant. This is a very affordable dinner as well. So this one is basically dump and go and very affordable. After you're through stirring those seasonings in, you're going to add in a 10-ounce can of diced tomatoes with green chilies, an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, a cup and a half of chicken broth, or you could use any type of broth, 1 cup of uncooked white rice. Give this a stir. Let it simmer for about 20 minutes. You do want to stir it occasionally while it's simmering, just because you don't want that rice to burn to the bottom of your pan. Trust me, I've done that quite a few times in the past. But now that the rice is tender, just sprinkle a little bit of cheese over the top. Let the cheese get melty and you could serve this beautiful dinner up. This one comes together in minutes. It is a complete crowd pleaser. It is so cheap to throw together, and then you could top it with anything you like. I had guacamole on hand, so we topped it with guacamole, sour cream, lime, and parsley just to make it look pretty. This one is 10 out of 10. Definitely a fun one for Taco Tuesday. Now we're making this Hawaiian chicken and coconut rice. This has been always just one of my favorite one-pot meals ever. I made it last week again. I started making it like 3-4 years ago. It's just good. Drain a 20-ounce can of pineapple chunks. You're going to save the pineapple chunks, so set them to the side. Add about 1/4 cup of the pineapple juice that you just drained from the pineapple chunks. We're starting on the marinade now. Also add 1/4 cup of low sodium soy sauce right into that bowl. Add 1/2 cup of coconut milk in there. You'll also add in a tablespoon of minced garlic, 2 tablespoons of honey, and 1 teaspoon of salt. This marinade is just delicious for chicken. It just makes the chicken so flavorful in the end. After you're done adding your ingredients in, just give this a super duper good whisk, and then you are going to add your chicken in. Of course, you could use chicken breast for this recipe if you'd like. Personally, I like to use boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I just find them to be so flavorsome and juicy in the end. Chicken breasts tend to dry out a little bit for this recipe. You're going to add your chicken in there and let it marinate in your fridge, just covered with cling wrap, for about 20 minutes or up to about 24 hours. So if you're running low on time, just do 20 minutes. But now I'm starting on the liquid that goes in the rice. It is just delicious. Add your remaining pineapple juice along with your remaining can of coconut milk. You need 3 cups of liquid at this point. So add about a cup of water in, or however much water you need to get to 3 cups. You just need 3 cups of liquid. So add those ingredients in. But now that my chicken's through marinating, I oiled my pan, and now I'm going to sear my chicken for about 4 minutes on each side. You want that chicken to get like a beautiful golden brown color on the outside. That will give the chicken more flavor in the end. It will also give the rice more flavor in the end by searing it on that pan. But I'll just let the chicken sear, flip it, and then once it is through searing, I am going to remove the chicken to a plate. I'll set this plate to the side, to the same pan that the chicken was seared in. Don't worry, the pan is not dirty. That is just flavor in the pan, so you don't have to clean the pan or anything at this point, of course. Just add that coconut milk mixture that we made up right into the pan, along with your garlic powder, onion powder, and then you're going to add in about 1/2 tablespoon of minced ginger. Give this a stir. You want to scrape all those flavorful bits off the bottom of your pan. So your white liquid is now going to turn like a golden color. It is just full of flavor, this liquid that cooks the rice. Now add in your 1.5 cups of jasmine rice along with your drained pineapple chunks. Give this a super good stir. You're also going to add in that chicken at this point. Put the lid over the top. Let this simmer for about 20-25 minutes on a very low heat until that rice is nice and tender. Like I was telling you before, this is just one of my all-time favorite dinners. The pineapple is like mild, that coconut milk flavor is also mild, but everything together is just absolutely delicious. The chicken is so tender and juicy in the end. It is just delicious marinating in that like amazing sauce. This is a great dinner. You have to try it. Now we are making this tortellini. This one is amazing and it's a one pot meal, of course. This one is also a meatless meal. So for all my meatless meal friends, to a large pot or a skillet on the stove, add your oil and garlic. Let it cook for about a minute or so. Then add in 28 ounces of crushed tomatoes, half a cup of heavy cream. Give this a little stir. You're going to bring it up to a simmer. Now add in a half a cup of water or vegetable broth, kind of whatever you have on hand. Next, add in a half a cup of dried oregano, and then 1 teaspoon of dried basil, a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, and then if you have spinach on hand, add in about 2 cups of fresh spinach. You could use like baby spinach or chop up like regular spinach. Then add in 9 ounces of fresh or frozen cheese tortellini. Fresh or frozen cheese tortellini cooks very quickly, so it works really well in this recipe. Also add in a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. Give this a stir, let it simmer for about 8 minutes, and then you could serve this dinner up. I know some of you guys have my new cookbook called Make It Simple. This recipe is in my new cookbook. It is just in the one pot section. I have over 150 recipes in this book. Every single recipe has at least one photo. They're just like easy, realistic, delicious recipes, but this is one of my all-time favorite meatless meals to throw together. I especially like making this when I'm kind of short on time at dinner time, and I just want to throw things into a pot and not really think about dinner. Now we're getting started on this taco mac. So to a pan on the stove, add a pound of ground beef or really any ground meat that you'd like. Just break up your ground meat and you're going to cook it through. Once it is cooked through, just add in a tablespoon of minced garlic and a tablespoon of butter. Give this a good stir. You basically want that butter melted down at this point and you want your garlic fragrant. So let it cook for about 30 seconds to a minute. Now add in your 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning along with a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. That will just give it a little extra flavor. 2 tablespoons of tomato paste and give this a stir. You want the tomato paste to get incorporated in with the rest of the ingredients. Tomato paste is a little bit stiff, I guess you could say, so just stir it well. Now you're going to add in 1 cup of chicken broth and 1 cup of beef broth, or 2 cups of either or. I just added in 2 cups of chicken broth today. Now add in 1 cup of milk, 10 ounces of rotel, and then a half a pound of small pasta. You could use any small pasta like small shells. That's what I'm doing today. You could use elbow pasta. Really any small pasta will work. Give this a stir and you're going to let this simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes until that pasta is tender. If you do need to add in more liquid while it is cooking, you certainly can, just depending on your pasta. Now that my pasta is tender, I'm just adding in my cheese. I'll let the cheese melt down and you could serve this up. Of course, if you're not a cheese fan, you certainly don't have to add in cheese, but I have been on a major cheese kick recently and I'm sure you could clearly tell. But I just topped mine with some sour cream, a little bit of guacamole. This is phenomenal, such a fun twist on Taco Tuesday. Just a good weeknight dinner. It's simple, has very affordable ingredients, delicious, and it makes a ton of food. Now we're making this chicken bacon Alfredo. You could use rotisserie chicken for this recipe, but I didn't have any on hand. I just had majorly frozen on the brinks of being freezer burnt chicken. So I'm just going to cook it up in my Instant Pot. It is going to turn out just fine. Add your water, chicken, and then I'm using pepper, Italian seasoning, and salt to give the chicken a little bit of flavor. Now I'm going to put the lid on top, and since this chicken is so frozen, I'm going to cook it on high pressure for about 25 minutes. I did do a natural release for about 10. Now to this pan on the stove, I added in my bacon. Now to this pot, I'm just adding in my pasta. You could use any type of pasta, just 14 ounces. Let it cook. I know a lot of influencers will do anything for like a paid promotion these days. It is crazy, but just so you know, I am not one of them. I never have been, and I will never push anything on you guys that I don't truly believe in. And for example, for years, I have been testing out like different pots and pans, and I could honestly say I do not recommend any of them. They all either chip, peel, or like the handles burn. And as you see here, I am using stainless steel. So I will keep you guys updated on my stainless steel pan journey. But to the bacon grease in the pan, I just added in my minced garlic. Give it a stir, then add in your Italian seasoning. Also add in your cooked up chopped chicken. This is just the chicken from the Instant Pot. I chopped it into smaller pieces. Give this a stir. Giving it a stir in that bacon grease and the minced garlic will just give it a lot of added flavor. If you don't want to cook up bacon on your own, you could always use pre-cooked bacon for this recipe. Now I'm adding in my 3 cups of heavy cream along with a 1/4 cup of chicken broth, or you could use water. I used water. Add in a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Give this a stir, bring it up to a simmer, and let it thicken for a couple of minutes. And I am also making a little bit of broccoli on the side. I had some in my fridge that I needed to use up, so just fresh broccoli on the side, and my pasta is still cooking away in this pot on my stove. Anyway, back over to the sauce. Now that it has thickened up a little bit, I am going to add in my 3/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. Give it a stir, let the cheese melt down, and then once your cheese is melted, strain your pasta once your pasta is cooked through, and then add that cooked pasta right into your pot. Give it a stir, and this recipe is also in my new cookbook called Make It Simple. It's just a delicious classic family favorite. I have everything in this book from like desserts, side dishes, main dishes, slow cooker meals, just delicious, easy recipes. I just added my cooked bacon back into my pasta, give it a stir, and then you could serve this up. We just served ours up with a little bit of that broccoli on the side. This is a classic, warm, cozy, delicious Alfredo dinner. I love adding the bacon to it because it adds a little bit of like saltiness and extra flavor. Bacon just makes everything a little bit better, let's be honest. Anyway, that broccoli is good. I need to make fresh broccoli on the side more often. I have so many more videos like this on my channel, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next one. Bye for now.